I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax!
Welcome to the Ren and Stimpy recap. Today we're talking about the first episode of the show, the pilot episode, Big House Blues.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
So like I said, we will start with the 1990 pilot, Big House Blues, that later was aired as a season 2 episode. The first thing we see starting watching this pilot is of course the title card. Or it might be the intro, but where I watched the show through totally legal means, like none of the episodes have the intro. But it doesn't matter, the title card is great. We see our main characters and hear the iconic theme. The episode starts with narration as we see Ren Hoek, the Chihuahua, and Stimpy the cat sitting on the street hungry.
And that's where Ren, Hope, and Stimpy come in.
That's Hawk, you idiot! Not Hawk!
Just in the first few seconds, some unusual voice acting as well as animation choices are displayed. This show is very expressive. You got Ren and Stimpy to blame for a lot of bad, over-exaggerated cartoons today, but I think it really fits this show.
Natural enemies in the wild, the cat and the asthma hound Chihuahua, have united in the face of adversity. Now,
I want to give props to the visuals with these painting style frames that look really good.
hoary clouds of despair darken your doorstep. Look for that one ray of hope come a-shining down from above. Hot diggity dog! I filled my quota for the day.
So Ren and Stimpy gets ran over by a dog catcher, even though Stimpy is a cat, but I guess this guy just doesn't discriminate. They get thrown in with some other dogs in a dog prison, and here we can really see how good this show is with character designs. All of these other dogs are just minor characters that are on the screen for a couple of seconds, but they still all look like they could be main characters.
Yep, nothing can go wrong here. Take it from Phil!
Hey, Jasper, where they taking Phil?
He's going to sleep.
R.I.P. to Phil, he was the real one.
Hey, Jasper, where's Phil?
I told you, they put him to sleep.
So wake him up.
You don't wake up from the big sleep.
The big sleep. The big sleep! The big sleep! The big sleep!
Now I think it's a good time to start praising Ren's voice acting. I have never heard a cartoon character speak like this, and it just adds a certain depth to the character.
He has food shelter.
Yep.
It is important to mention though that I am only praising the show itself and the voice actors' work. Because John Kay, who created the show and voiced Ren in the first 2 seasons, is not the best guy on the planet. He has done some terrible stuff that we will probably get more into in a later video, and there's also a lot of other videos on YouTube about what he did, but for now I just wanted to get that out of the way.
He's dead! Dead, you idiot! You know what dead is? Just like we'll be if we don't get out of here!
So Ren and Stimpy are saved from being put down by being adopted, and we don't really have to go into any detail about the family that adopts them, or even the house or anything, because the next episode will have forgotten about all of this. We won't see these people again, and I don't mind it really. Something important here happens though, as Stimpy gets his litter box that will be very iconic in the show going forward.
My first material possession! Oh joy! I can hardly wait to try it.
We end the episode with a fake log commercial. That's unpopular opinion here maybe, but I couldn't care less about these commercials. The first couple times I saw the log commercials, I guess I found them a bit entertaining, But these 3 different ads are each in like 10 episodes of the show, and at some point it just becomes not funny anymore. The commercials already only had 1 joke from the beginning, and all they do is really just taking up space, where we could have gotten an interesting Ren and Stimpy segment instead. Anyway, this commercial doesn't affect the episode that much. The credits roll after it, and the outro is pretty simple. It's just a background with the intro music and plain text. And that was the pilot episode, Big House Blues. All in all, it is a strong opener to the show as a whole. I think they nailed the 2 characters right away, and with a show that basically is only about Ren and Stimpy, that's pretty much all you need. Ren and Stimpy doesn't have any more important characters to integrate in future episodes. Sure, there are a couple of other characters we will see in different episodes moving forward, but this show is about Ren and Stimpy. And from Big House Blues, I go away with an understanding of Ren and Stimpy as characters. Stimpy the cat is a lovable idiot with a big heart. He loves Ren and has a generally positive outlook on life. He only has 4 lines in the episode, so them being able to convey that through so little is impressive. Ren Hoek, on the other hand, is a cynical and egotistical grump. Ren cares about Stimpy, at least on some level, but doesn't really want to show it. The rest of the show will depend on the strength of their dynamic, and in this pilot episode they work great off each other. The story in Big House Blues is decent. It's interesting but wouldn't be enough to carry an entire episode on its own, so it's great that we have such strong characters right out of the gates. The concept of the dog pound, like dog prison, is cool, and they get some mileage out of the setting. I found the scene with Ren realizing that Stimpy was still in the pound and Ren saving him to be really sweet as well. This show can have some really heartfelt moments at times.
Stop! You can't have me unless you take Stimpy too. Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, please, God, please.
When it comes to comedy, Big House Blues is decent. Ren and Stimpy was never like the funniest cartoon ever or anything, but the show has its own brand of surreal humor that is really charming. In this episode, most of the comedy revolved around visual gags and Ren screaming, which, admittedly, was all very entertaining. The hairball scene was a standout as well.
What? Hold on.
What? Don't do it, man.
The best joke in this episode has got to be, honestly, like the first line of dialogue from a character that isn't the narrator. Ren corrects the narrator and his delivery makes it so funny. So, best joke of the episode goes to that.
And that's where Ren, Hope, and Stimpy come in.
That's Hawk, you idiot. Not Hawk.
Fun fact, this episode has a deleted scene where Ren kisses Stimpy while sleeping, thinking that he is actually kissing a woman. I think it's a pretty funny scene and I don't really see a reason for it to be deleted. This is the first of many scenes to be censored and deleted in Ren and Stimpy, so I will talk about them when they show up, and let me tell you, some of them makes way more sense being censored. In conclusion, Big House Blues is a good start to the show, and I'm excited for what's to come. Join me next week where we will take a look at Stimpy's Big Day.